coronavirus and trade drift may be making economic headwinds, but despite immediate challenges, the world economy is projected to keep growing at a rapid pace over the next few decades. In fact, by 2050, the global market is projected to double its size. Even as the UN forecast, the world population will only grow by a modest 26%. This growth will bring with it plenty of challenges, though it can be challenging to predict exactly how the future will unfold. Most economists agree on one thing: today's developing markets will be tomorrow's economic superpowers. In 30 years, most of the world's largest economies will be those that are emerging today. They will be surpassing current behemoths such as the US, Japan and Germany. So come on guys, let us jump into the video and know which will be the 5 superpowers who will be ruling the world in 2050. The fifth country on our list is Brazil. The South American powerhouse is set to become the world's 5th largest economy by 2050. It will be overtaking Japan, Germany and Russia in the process. With an abundance of natural resources, Brazil has grown its economy rapidly in the past few decades, but face challenges as it struggles to control government corruption and inflation that has plagued the country in recent years. Some of the challenges have enabled Brazil to be an early adopter of technology. In many developing countries, high growth translates to high inflation. As a result of the high cost of protecting cash against inflation, Brazil became a fintech pioneer. PayPal and Venmo equivalents have been the daily routine in Brazil for 20 plus years, even before smartphones via an ATM. A 2016 recession hit the country hard, but the economy is showing some signs of regrowth, and with a new presidential administration inaugurated last year, 2020 is supposed to be a make or break year for Brazil. The country still faces economic challenges, but is definitely working towards a bright future. Brazil is one of the world's giant of mining, agriculture and manufacturing, and it has a strong and rapidly growing service sector. Regardless of the state of the economy, newcomers are typically welcomed here, especially if they learn their language. Brazil is a very friendly country that loves to welcome foreigners. They love when a foreigner shows interest in their culture and language. The Russian Federation is seen as a potential candidate for resuming the superpower status in the mid-21st century. Russia has seen some discussion regarding its potential of re-emerging as a superpower, while others have made the assertion that it is already a superpower. In 2009, the late president of Venezuela, Hugo Chavez, commented that Russia is a superpower. Other than that, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin has also commented that Russia is an important superpower. Russia can count on huge military capacity for its $47 billion defense budget, full-scale nuclear arsenal, and the world's second most powerful armed forces. Politically, Russia's weight on the international arena is also impressive. As a permanent member of the UN Security Council, it has the right to veto on every major resolution. In addition, the country plays an important role in European affairs, and thanks to its active position in the Syria conflict. Russia also has much weight in the Middle East. Russia's economic potential, however, is not as big as that of the US. But Russia will not become a superpower unless climate change eats away at the permafrost that covers 2/3 of the country's landmass. Speaking in a world perspective, this is not good for the environment. But the absence of this permafrost would reveal immense stores of oil, natural gas and precious minerals as well as potential farmland which would allow Russia to become the world's breadbasket and control the planet's food supply.
Взаимодействие России и США в решении глобальных и региональных проблем отвечает интересам всего мира. У нас общая ответственность за обеспечение международной безопасности и стабильности, за укрепление режимов нераспространения. Хотел бы подчеркнуть, что попытки сломать стратегический паритет крайне опасны и могут привести к
After the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991, which ended the Cold War, the post-Cold War world has in the past been considered by some to be a unipolar world, with the United States as the world's sole remaining superpower. The United States has the highest military expenditure in the world, with the largest navy surpassing the next 13 largest navies combined, and an army and an air force rivaled only by that of the Soviet Union. It had the largest nuclear arsenal in the world during the first half of the Cold War. About 3/4 of all Americans expect the gap between the rich and the poor to grow over the next 30 years. The growing rich-poor gap is not the only cloud the public sees on the economic horizon. Americans are narrowly hopeful about the future of the United States over the next 30 years, but more pessimistic when the focus turned to specific issues, including the country's place in the world, the cost of healthcare, and the strength of the US economy. As they see the importance of the US in the world receding, many Americans expect the influence of China will grow. The second country on our list is India. The world's second most populous country is expected to see massive growth over the next 3 decades, averaging 5% in GDP per year. By 2050, India is projected to be the world's second largest economy, overtaking the United States, and will account for 15% of the world's total GDP. The positive outcomes of that growth have already started to make an impact for residents. The economy growing has led to manifold changes in people's lifestyle, from the vibes in the city to the attitudes in society, and eventually the overall walk and talk of the country and its inhabitants. For instance, there has been a major upgrade in the quality of televisions, mobile phones, and car brands over the past 15 years. The improvements haven't come without challenges. Infrastructure spending has lagged even as more cars take to the streets, and a lack of regulation enforcement has led to increased pollution levels. There are some sections of the society that are still living a very low quality of life. In India, each state has its unique languages, culture, cuisine, and traditions. Residents also advise not trying to replicate the creature comforts of home, but rather tune into how the country works. Like the current scenario, the southern states will be driving the economy even further than the northern states do. India is projected to have more than 15 megacities by 2050. Our first country on the list is China. As measured by GDP by purchasing power parity, which adjusts for price level differences across countries, China already has the largest economy in the world. The Asian behemoth has seen massive economic gains over the past decade. The whole country is changing. The changes are attracting a brand new set of entrepreneurs and others looking for financial opportunity amid the seemingly unstoppable growth. However, in order to work and live in China, expats must learn Mandarin. Without Mandarin, expats are going to find their options pretty limited for work and in social and cultural circles. As of now, these will be the 5 superpowers who are going to rule the world in 2050. Thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.